I want to talk about a lot of things, but I cannot cover everything today. Hello, Annyeong and Namaste. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please do check out my other videos. I'm sure you are gonna like it. And if you do, please do subscribe to my channel. I make videos every Sunday on life in Korea, mostly vlogs, and I show you how I live here alone in Korea. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about my experience, how I came here in Korea, how I moved here. Also, I'm gonna answer all your questions I have asked you in my previous videos to ask me anything about Korea. So I have my phone here and I will check out the questions and I will answer you. All of you love Korea just because of BTS or K-pop. But I fell in love with Korea and the credit goes to K-drama. So maybe during my school time I started watching Korean movies and then I started watching K-dramas, and I don't know, I always wanted to visit Korea from that time. And later I was introduced to K-pop and then BTS and Blackpink obviously. Also tell me in comment section if you're a fan of K-drama. So if you don't know yet, I am a PhD student here and I moved here in 2018 March. That means I'm here living here for 3 years. I wanted to go outside of India for my studies, but I never planned to come here, and destiny brought me here. So when I was coming here, or when I was applying for my studies, I didn't know that Korean government has two types of scholarships, that is KGSP and GSK. Currently, I don't have these government scholarships, but I want to tell you that even if you don't get government scholarships, there are ways to study here for free. So I am doing PhD in biotechnology, which is a laboratory based course. That means I have to spend my lot of time in lab doing experiments to get my degree. Lab based courses has fundings from the government. Actually, professors pay their masters or PhD students monthly stipend from these fundings. So even if you don't have government scholarship, you can get a monthly stipend from your professor, and which is enough for your tuition fee, rent, food, or living expenses. I'm living here for 3 years and I haven't taken a penny from my parents. I want to emphasize on the fact that getting a government scholarship like KGSP or GSK is the best option to study in Korea. And study hard, do your best, try your level best to get these scholarships. Still, if you cannot receive these scholarships, don't get disappointed. There are many ways to reach your dreams. So now if I talk about the expenses here, the tuition fee is very high. So if you want to study here without any scholarship, even without any stipend from your professor, it would be difficult for a middle class Indian. I don't know about other people, maybe rich people can afford, but my parents, frankly, my parents would never be able to support me to study here if I couldn't get stipend from my professor. So the tuition fee in my university is around 3 million won. So in my university, tuition fee per semester is 3 million won. That is around $3,000, and in rupees it's around 2 lakh rupees. Also, this is just the tuition fee. So if I calculate the living expenses, that would be like 30,000 per month. So 60,000 per month you need if you want to study in Korea without any scholarship. And asking for 60,000 per month from your parents, I don't like the idea. Okay, I want to talk about another thing, that is value of Korean won. If you Google the value of Korean won, It seems like Indian money has much higher value than Korean one, because 1000 Korean won is equal to 65 rupees. Maybe you will think that if you come to visit Korea, Korea will be cheaper. But that's not the case. Actually, I read some article, and I don't know how people don't do much research and just write articles. Like, the article was, if you don't have enough money, still you can visit these countries, and South Korea was one of them, because they thought that Indian money has much higher value than South Korean one, so it would be cheaper for Indian people to visit South Korea. But that's not the case, because let me explain to you. This packet of snacks, this small packet of snacks, it cost 1200 won, which is around maybe 75 rupees. So you need to spend 75 rupees to just eat a bag of chips. Even if you want a bar of chocolate, that costs you 65 rupees. Welcome to South Korea. So, talking about my initial experiences after coming to Korea. So, I want to address the problems you will face if you move to Korea. Number one, and the biggest problem, is language problem or the communications. Language problem you will start facing as soon as you leave the airport after landing here in Korea. You may think that everyone knows a little bit of English and it would not be that much difficult, but trust me, it's not the case. So when I landed here, I had to take a bus, 4-hour bus from Incheon airport to Gwangju, and in the ticket counter I struggled a lot to communicate with that lady about the timing and the destination. Then I used my translator. Thank God for technology, phone, internet. If you don't know Korean, without translator, you cannot survive here alone. Okay, in other problem, maybe that's also related to communication. If you don't know Korean properly, you will struggle a lot to make friends with Koreans. So first few months you have to live alone here until unless you find someone from your country or some foreigner people. When I first came here, I stayed in dormitory, university dormitory for 2 years, and the university dormitories are very good, very convenient to live, fully furnished. In my dormitory, I had a single bed, a wardrobe, uh, a mini fridge, not mini fridge, a small fridge for two of us. So I had to share my room with another student. So living in dorm was a good experience, and we had a common washroom and common kitchen. Also we had a common washing space with 2-3 washing machines in each floor. But I moved outside here in this room. Dormitory would cost you like 150, 120 to 150 per month in Gwangju, and my room cost like 200. So I thought, why to share room with another person when I can live alone and decorate my room. So I moved outside. I live in this one room apartment. It has a small kitchen. It's fully furnished with AC, washing machine, fridge, bed and wardrobe, and it has a separate washroom and kitchen, and it cost me 200,000 won, which is around 13,000 rupees. I have to pay my bills like water bill, electric bill and gas bill myself, so that are the additional expenses I have. Like, I have to pay 50,000 won, that is 3,000 rupees for all my bill during not so cold days, and on during the coldest months I have to pay like 100,000 won, that is 600 rupees for my bills. So I will now check my comments to find out the questions you all have asked me and try to answer them. And I think I have answered most of them during this all chit chat session. So first, someone asked me, how did you move to Korea for studying? I told you how I did that. um, I applied to individual professors through mail, and then some of them responded with positive replies, and my current professor took a Skype interview, and then he said he will pay me stipend every month, and then I moved here. So what are you studying? I'm doing PhD in biotechnology. How can I become a model in Korea? I don't know. Tell me. Okay, so I think if you're good looking, you can become a model. If you are very famous in social media, I have seen a lot of foreigner living in Korea who has their own YouTube channel to become model. Maybe because Korean modeling agencies go through YouTube's or Instagram to search for foreign models, but they are part-time models. You have to remember that, and you cannot survive in Korea doing part-time jobs. If foreigners come to Korea, should we read Korean compulsory or can we take any alternative? So, if you come here to study with government scholarship, you have to spend 1 year learning only Korean. You will become really fluent in Korean. That's a good thing. And if you come here without any government scholarship, then also you have to learn Korean, but that is like taking only one class Korean, and you can continue with your masters or PhD. And along with your masters and PhD, you have to take one class for 2 semesters only. It will teach you basic Korean language to survive here. That's what I did. So I know basic Korean language. I can read, I can write, and I can understand Korean, but I cannot speak fluently in Korean. Hi, can you tell me if there is something to do in Korea after doing MBBS in India? So there are lots of jobs in Korea, but for everything you need to learn Korean language, and you have to be really fluent in Korean language, not like me. There is this Korean language exam, online exam called Topic, and you can take it from anywhere, like from India or any other country. If you can qualify level 3 or 4, I don't know, I don't remember exactly which level, you can apply for work visa, Korean work visa, and you can come here and then search for jobs. Next question is, do you live in Seoul? No, I don't live in Seoul. I live in Gwangju, which is around 3 hours away from Seoul. If I go by bus, it would take me 3 hours to go to Seoul. One more thing I didn't cover about the safety. So Indian parents are very much concerned about safety because we know the value of safety. Also, if you live anywhere else, you want to know that if you come alone here, is it safe for you? So I would like to comment that Korea is very safe. Take it from me. So I live alone. I have stayed in lab for like until midnight or even 2 or 3 o'clock at night, and I have came alone from my lab, and I have never felt unsafe. At least if I speak about Gwangju or the area I live near Chonnam National University, it's very safe. I can walk around at 3 o'clock, go to CU to buy some chips or juice, which I do regularly, and I never feel unsafe. In which major you are doing PhD? So maybe I have answered most of your questions, and if you have any more questions, you can comment down below. I would love to answer all of them, because when I came here for the first time, I was clueless and I had no one to answer my questions, and it's better to know everything about Korea before coming. Don't get shocked like me. I hope this video was helpful to you, and if it was, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also share with your friends, family, and everyone who wants to know about Korea. If you're still here, thank you for watching, and see you on my next video. Chalga!